story of the landing craft on D-Day begins with a young naval reserve officer arriving at Southampton terminus railway station from somewhere in the country. He walks directly from the platform connected to Command and Control Headquarters HMS Shrapnel, now Southwestern House, to receive his sealed orders. The envelope is marked top secret and addressed to the officer in charge of whatever his command may be, for example LCT 500. The coded order says, Operation Neptune D-Day for Force O is June the 5th, 0600. If D-Day is postponed one day to June the 6th, HR will be 6:30. If it is postponed another day to June the 7th, HR will be 7:20. Destroy this by burning when you have read and understood. He would then move on to his command, a 10-minute walk to the Empress Dock, now the home for the Oceanography Centre. More orders follow to inform him to pick up his cargo of men or materiel at grid reference such and such on the River Itchen. The LCT leaves the dock and travels northwards towards the assembly point. Landing craft were essential in the build-up on the beaches between Allied forces and the enemy. They were so important, D-Day was delayed to make sure the Allies had sufficient craft. They were deemed craft, not ships, and therefore given numbers instead of names. The Mark IV seen in the film had a much wider beam than the Mark III, built for use in the English Channel. It had a displacement of 586 tons and could carry 9 M4 Sherman or 6 Churchill tanks. The assembly point is Chessel Bay, on the leeward side of Lancers Hill, with Bittern in the background. Along the tree line you can look across the berthing point for the craft toward the embarkation point, across the river to Northam on the left with Northam Bridge on the right. The film views other craft moored along the river, including a modified LCT to give fire support during amphibious assaults. The advantage of using landing craft for shore bombardment lay in their ability to get closer to land than deep draft warships. A total of 25 LCGs participated in the Normandy landings. Eventually, the landing craft moves down to the embarkation point to pick up its cargo at Hard S4 outside the present-day soccer stadium. In the distance is the Itchen Bridge, completed much later in 1977. Once again from the tree line we can see the course of the landing craft along the River Itchen. The Supermarine factory, home of the legendary Spitfire heavily bombed during the war, was located at the base of the bridge. The landing craft steams past the entrance to the present-day Ocean Village, where the River Itchen meets the River Test to see a Sunderland flying boat pass overhead before going on to join the rest of the Armada in the English Channel. LCTs operated on all 5 Allied beaches on and after D-Day, with approximately 100 Royal Navy LCT crewmen losing their lives during the Normandy landing.